Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Vaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Diri Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, Chapter 5, the glories of Lord Nityananda Balram, text 106 onwards. Hiranya Garbha Antaryami Jagat Karan, Yara Ansha Kari Kare Virat Kalpa. He is the super soul, Hiranya Garbha, the cause of the material world. The universal form is conceived as his expansion. So that is the expansion of Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Hena Narayana Anshira Ansha Say Prabhu Nityananda Sarvavatansha. That Lord Narayan is a part of the plenary part of Lord Nityananda Balram, who is the source of all incarnations. So that Lord Narayan, whether we talk about Hiranyagarbha or Super Soul Paramatma or Kshirodaksha Vishnu, is a part of a plenary part of Lord Nityananda Balram, who is the source of all incarnations. That's the position of Lord Nityananda. Dashama Shlokera Artha Kaila Vivaran Ekadasha Shlokera Artha Shunyadiyam. I have thus explained the 10th verse. Now please listen to the meaning of the 11th verse with all your mind. Yasyansha Ansha Ansha Paratma Khilatmanam Poshta Vishnur Bhati Dugdhabdi Shai Kshoni Bharta Yat Kala So Api Anantas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapante. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Lord Shri Nityananda Ram, whose secondary part is a Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That Kshirodaksha Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities and the maintainer of all the universes. Sheshnag is his further subpart. Narayana Ranabhinala Madhya Tirtharami Dharanira Madhya Sapta Samudra Jegani. The material planets rest within the stem that grows from the lotus navel of Lord Narayan. Among these planets are 7 oceans. Tana Kshiro Dadhi Madhe Shweta Dvipa Nam Palayita Vishnu Tara Sai Nechidam. There in part of the ocean of milk lies Shweta Dvip, the abode of the sustainer, Lord Vishnu. There in part of the ocean of milk lies Shvetadvip. So, so that ocean of milk or Shvetadvip is where Kshirodaksha Vishnu lives. In the Siddhanta Shiromani, in astrological text, the different oceans are described as follows. The ocean of salt water, ocean of milk, ocean of yogurt, ocean of clarified butter or ghee, the ocean of sugarcane juice, the ocean of liquor, and the ocean of sweet water. On the southern side of the ocean of salt water is the ocean of milk, where Lord Kshirodaksha Vishnu resides. He is worshipped there by demigods like Lord Brahma. Sakala Jivera Tino Hai Antaryami Jagat Palak Tino Jagatira Swami. He is the super soul of all living entities. He maintains this material world and he is its Lord. The Laghu Bhagavatamrita gives the following description of the Vishnu Lok within this universe, quoted from the Vishnu Dharmottara. Above Rudra Loka, the planet of Lord Shiva, is a planet called Vishnu Loka, 400,000 miles in circumference, which is inaccessible to any mortal living being. Means only spiritual persons can go there. Above that Vishnu Loka and east of the Sumeru hill is a golden island named Maha Vishnu Loka in the ocean of salt water. Lord Brahma and other demigods sometimes go there to meet Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu lies there with the goddess of fortune, and it is said that during the 4 months of the rainy season, he enjoys sleeping on that Sheshnag bed. So, 4 months of the rainy season. Well, the rainy season happens on earth, and especially the 4 months. So, Chaturmasya, when it starts, so we get this Ekadashi, Shayan Ekadashi, it is called. So, actually, that is the day when Lord Vishnu goes to take rest. And then he gets up on Uttan Ekadashi, end of Kartik. So for us, it is 4 months. For him, it's like if you go by demigod's time, it's only 4 hours actually. And that is why Chaturmasya time, we don't do any yagyas. Because yagya means we have to make arrangement for Lord Vishnu to take his share and his puja, his worship, but he is sleeping. So that is the time when no yagyas are performed. And similarly, Purushottam month, that's the extra month. Although this Lord is not sleeping at that time, but this extra month is specifically, it's in one way it's called Malmas. Malmas means it has no material qualities. So again, no yagyas happened in Purushottam month. But for devotees, it's the best month because for devotees, it is said any amount of devotion service we do, that really multiplies in this month. East of Sumeru is the ocean of milk, in which there is a white city on a white island, where the Lord can be seen sitting with his consort Lakshmiji on a throne of Shesha. That feature of Vishnu also enjoys sleeping during the 4 months of the rainy season. The Shvetadweep in the Milk Ocean is situated just south of the ocean of salt water. It is calculated that the area of Shvetadweep is 200,000 square miles. This transcendently beautiful island is decorated with desired trees to please Lord Vishnu and his consort. There are references to Shvetadweep in Brahmanda Puran, Vishnu Puran, Mahabharata, and Padma Puran, and there is a following reference in Srimad Bhagavatam. Shvetadweepa pato chittam shuddhe dharma maye mayi dharyan shvetatam yati shad urmi rahito nara. My dear Uddhav, you may know that my transcendental form of Vishnu in Shvetadweep is identical with me in divinity. Anyone who places this Lord of Shvetadweep within his heart can surpass the pangs of the 6 material tribulations, which are hunger, thirst, birth, death, lamentation, and delusion. Thus, one can attain one's original transcendental form. So, this is about the position of Lord of Shvetadweep. युग मनवंतरे धरे नाना अवतार धर्म संस्थापन करे अधर्म संहार. In the ages and millenniums of Manu, he appears as different incarnations to establish the principles of real religion and vanquish the principles of irreligion. The Lord Vishnu, who lies in the ocean of milk, incarnates himself in various forms to maintain the laws of the cosmos and annihilate the causes of disturbance. Such incarnations are visible in every Manvantar, that is, in the course of reign of each Manu, who lives for 71 times Chaturyuga years. 14 such Manus take their birth and die to yield a place for the next during one day of Brahma. So Lord Vishnu who lies, so that is Kshirodaksha Vishnu, he incarnates himself in various forms to maintain the laws and the laws of the cosmos and annihilate the causes of disturbance. But Krishna himself, see, Kshirodaksha Vishnu has to maintain this universe, so he comes every time, in every manvanta. But seventh Manu's end of 28th Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna, Swayam Bhagwan himself comes. Other Dwapar Yugas and other Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga, Kshirodaksha Vishnu comes according to the schedule. But like when Lord Ram has to appear from Ayodhya, he comes. But Krishna comes only once in a day of Brahma. That is Swayam Bhagwan Krishna. And then following Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with Nityananda Prabhu and other his associates, he comes. But otherwise, other Kali Yugas, Lord Vishnu comes, not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Yug Dharma is chanting of the holy names for every Kali Yuga. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to establish that Yug Dharma, then he gives us Golok Prem by chanting of the holy names. Other Kali Yugas, we get Vaikuntha. We can go up to Vaikuntha, that opulent bhakti. But this is the special mercy of Mahaprabhu during this Kali Yuga, and we got this mercy through Srila Prabhupada. So how fortunate we are. How fortunate. Deva Gane na paye yahar darshan, Shirodak tira yai karena stavan. Unable to see him, the demigods go to the shore of the ocean of milk and offer prayers to him. The denizens of heaven who live in the planetary systems beginning from Swargaloka cannot even see Lord Vishnu in Shvetadvipa. Unable to reach the island, they can simply approach the beach of the milk ocean to offer transcendental prayers to the Lord, appealing to him on special occasions to appear as an incarnation. So they all go and Shvetadvipa, shore of the ocean, Shvetadvipa, or the ocean of milk, and pray to the Lord. They follow Lord Brahma and they all go, all the demigods go. But they cannot see him until he gives his mercy. Tabe avatari kare jagat palan ananta vibhavatar nahi kagan. He then descends to maintain the material world. His unlimited opulences cannot be counted. Say Vishnu Hayar Ansha Anshera Ansha, say Prabhu Nityananda Sarva Avatamsha. That Lord Vishnu is but a part of a plenary portion of Lord Nityananda, who is the source of all incarnations. The Lord of Shvetadvipa has immense potency for creation and destruction. Shri Nityananda Prabhu, being Baldev himself, the original form of Sankarshan, is the original form of the Lord of Shvetadvipa. So he is the original form of the Lord of Shvetadvipa. Say Vishnu Shesha Rupe Dhare Nadharan Kaha Ache Mahi Shire Hena Nahi Jani. That same Lord Vishnu in the form of Lord Shesha holds the planets upon his heads, although he does not know where they are, for he cannot feel their existence upon his heads. So as Sheshanag, he holds all the planets. Not just all the planets, all the universes also on his heads. And they're compared to what? Just like mustard seeds. So for anybody to carry mustard seeds, not a big deal. And here it is, Ananta Shesha. So what's a big deal for us? So he cannot even feel their existence. And we think we are in this universe and this planet Earth, and we are so important. We are nothing. Sahasra Vistirna Yara, Fanara Manda, Surya Jani Mani Gana, Kare Jhalama. His thousands of extended hoods are adorned with dazzling jewels, surpassing the sun. Panchashat koti jojan prithvi vistar, yara eka fane rahe, sarshap akar. The universe, which measures 500 million yojans in diameter, rests on one of his hoods like a mustard seed. The Lord of Shvetadvip expands himself as Sheshanag, who sustains all the planets upon his innumerable hoods. These huge global spheres are compared to grains of mustard, resting on the spiritual hoods of Sheshanag. The scientist's law of gravity is a partial explanation of Lord Sankarshan's energy. The name Sankarshan has an etymological relationship to the idea of gravity. So Sankarshan. Now we know the word Akarshan. Akarshan or gravity is also known as Gurutva Akarshan. That attracts towards each other. So Sankarshan means Samyak Rupa, even if you go just by the grammatical meaning. Samyak Akarshan. Complete attraction. And that is why Lord Balramji is also known as Sankarshan. So when he was transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, and when Gargacharya came to name the kids, name two sons, Krishna and Balram, he said Balram will also be known as Sankarshan because he will keep these two families together. Family of Vasudeva and family of Nanda Baba. That's Sankarshan. The two attracts and keep them together. There is a reference to Sheshanag and Srimad Bhagavatam where it is said, Yam ahur asya sthiti janma samyamam tribhir vihinam yam anantam rishaya na veda siddhartham iva kvachita sthitam bhumandalam murtha sahasradhamasu. O my Lord, the hymns of the Vedas proclaim that you are the effective cause for the creation, maintenance, and destruction. But in fact, you are transcendental to all limitations and are therefore known as unlimited. On your thousands of hoods rest the innumerable global spheres, like grains of mustard, so insignificant that you have no perception of their weight. Bhagavatam further says, Yasedam Kshiti Mandalam Bhagavato Ananta Murte Sahasra Shiras Ekasmin Eva Shirshani Riyamanam Siddhartha Eva Lakshyate. Lord Anantadev has thousands of hoods. Each sustains a global sphere that appears like a grain of mustard. Saita Ananta Shesha Bhakta Avatar Ishwarera Seva Vina Nahi Janya. That Ananshesha is the devotee incarnation of Godhead. He knows nothing but service to Lord Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami in his Krishna Sandarbha has described Sheshanag as follows. Shri Anantadev has thousands of faces and is fully independent. Always ready to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he waits upon him constantly. Sankarshan is the first expansion of Vasudeva, and because Sankarshan appears by his own will, he is called Swarat, fully independent. He is therefore infinite and transcendental to all limits of time and space. He himself appears as a thousand-headed Shesha. In the Skanda Puran, in the Ayodhya Mahatmya chapter, the demigod Indra requested Lord Shesha, who was standing before him as Lakshman, please go to your eternal abode Vishnu Loka, where your expansion Shesha with his serpentine hoods is also present. After thus dispatching Lakshman to the regions of Pata, Lord Indra returned to his abode. This quotation indicates that Sankarshan of the quadruple form descends with Lord Ram as Lakshman. When Lord Ram disappears, Shesha again separates himself from the personality of Lakshman Shesha then returns to his own abode in the Patal regions, and Lakshman returns to his abode in Vaikuntha. And that is also, I understand who Lakshman is. Lakshman, Nityanand Ram, Balram, they are the same personality. So when he was hit by Shakti, a weapon, by Indrajit, and he went unconscious, that is just part of pastime. Who can make Sheshna unconscious? Nobody can. The Laghu Bhagavatamrita gives the following description. The Sankarshan of the second group of quadruple form appears as Ram, taking with him Shesha, who bears the global spheres. There are two features of Shesha. One is a bearer of the globes, and the other is a bedstead servitor. The Shesha who bears the globes is a potent incarnation of Sankarshan, and therefore he is sometimes also called Sankarshan. The bedstead feature of Shesha always presents himself as an eternal servitor of the Lord. So even Sheshnan or Sankarshan, or their expansions of Balramji, so they all want to serve Krishna all the time, in every way possible. That's their mood. Just like Lakshmanji, we read about Lakshmanji in Ramayana. In the 14 years of exile of Lord Ram, 14 years, Lakshmanji was not given the order to go to forest. He went on his own. He said, I cannot stay here. And for 14 years, he did not sleep, not even a wink. And he did not eat anything for 14 years. He was always serving Lord Ram. And as long as Sitaji was with him, he was serving Sitaji. This was his mood. And also it is said that I read somewhere actually, this all obviously it's part of pastimes of Lord Ram. Indrajit was given a benediction that you will only be killed by a person who hasn't eaten for 14 years and who hasn't slept for 14 years. And he just laughed it off. Yeah, how is that possible? Nobody can do that. And that's also one of the reasons 14 years of exile was asked by Kake. Of course, Kake didn't know this benediction, but it's all Lord Ram's pastimes. He wanted to glorify Lakshman, he wanted to get rid of Indrajit. In the end, when we read everything, then we understand, oh yeah, this was the reason. Anyway. Sahasra vadane kare Krishna gunagan, niravadhi gunagan, antanahi pahan. With his thousands of mouths, he sings the glories of Lord Krishna. But although he always sings in that way, he does not find an end to the qualities of the Lord. Shanakadi Bhagavata Shune Yara Mukhe Bhagavanera Guna Kahe Bhashe Prema Sukhe. The four Kumaras hear Srimad Bhagavatam from his lips, and they in turn repeat it in the transcendental bliss of love of Godhead. So first four Kumaras heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sheshna. Chhatra Paduka Shaya Upadhana Vasan Arama Avasa Yagya Sutra Simhasan. He serves Lord Krishna, assuming all the following forms: umbrella, slippers, bedding, pillow, garments, resting chair, residence, sacred thread, and throne. So these are all expansions of Sankarshan or Sheshna or ultimately Balramji. Etamurti Bhedakari Krishna Sevakari Krishnera Sheshata Paya Sheshanamadhari. He is thus called Lord Shesha, for he has attained the ultimate end of servitude to Krishna. He takes many forms for the service of Krishna, and thus he serves the Lord. So that's why his name is Shesha. Shesha means whatever is left. So either it is Krishna or Shesha. Saita Ananta Yar Kahi Ek Kala Hena Prabhu Nityananda Ke Jane Tar Khela. That person of whom Lord Ananta is a kala or part of a plenary part is Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who therefore can know the pastimes of Lord Nityananda. Ei sab pramane jani Nityananda tattva sima, taha ke ananta kahi kitara mahima. From these conclusions, we can know the limit of the truth of Lord Nityananda. But what glory is there in calling him Ananda? Atva bhakter vakya mani satya kavari sakala sambhave tate yate avatari. But I accept it as a truth because it has been said by devotees. Since he is the source of all incarnations, everything is possible in him. Avatar avatari abheda ye jane purve yache Krishna ke keho kaho karimani. They know that there is no difference between the incarnation and the source of all incarnations. Previously, Lord Krishna was regarded in the light of different principles by different people. Keho kahe Krishna sakshat nar narayan, keho kahe Krishna hai sakshat vaman. Some said that Krishna was directly Lord Narayan, and some called him Lord Vamandev incarnate. Keho kehe Krishna Shirodashayi Avatara Asambhava Nahe Satya Vachana Sabhara. Some call Lord Krishna an incarnation of Lord Kshirodaksha. All these names are true. Nothing is impossible. So some call Lord Krishna as an incarnation of Lord Kshirodaksha Vishnu. And some even call that Krishna Balram, they were the incarnations of black and white hair of Lord Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Of course, Kshirodaksha Vishnu does not get old, but this is how some people describe Krishna and Balram. So why here Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying all these names are true, nothing is impossible. So Krishna and Balram, when they come to perform their pastimes, because Kshirodaksha Vishnu is in charge of this universe, so they come from Golok Vrindavan, but through the body of Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So if you just look at this part, they're coming through the body of Kshirodaksha Vishnu. You can say, yeah, the incarnations of Kshirodaksha Vishnu. But we have knowing the whole thing that they're coming actually from Golok Vrindavan, their abode, then we understand the whole theory. Krishna yabe avatare sarvanshu ashraya sarvansha asitabe krishnete milaya. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, he is a shelter of all plenary parts. Thus at that time, all his plenary portions join in him. It's just like if CEO of a company is going to visit some office, all the managers, they will come with him. Or if like Prime Minister Modi ji is going to some place, everybody there will join him. All the leaders, all the officers, they will be there, present. Yehi rupe jane sei taha kahe sakala sambhave Krishna kichu mithya nahi. In whatever form one knows the Lord, one speaks of him in that way. In this, there is no falsity, since everything is possible in Krishna. So in whatever form one knows the Lord. See, this again, this is the beauty of Vedic literature. Nobody can say that one is wrong, because it's up to one's realization of Krishna. Of course, that doesn't mean we disrespect Krishna or speak wrongly about him. But if my realization is that he is incarnation of Vishnu, okay, nobody's gonna cut my throat for saying that or for believing in that. And if my realization is he is the supreme original personality of Godhead, that's also true. There's no need to fight about this. Everybody makes progress from the point where is he at. Simple as that. But there are paths where people will just kill each other, cut their throats. Oh no, you said this, let me kill you. No, why? Because they don't understand. Then that means they don't understand the Lord. Everything is possible in Krishna. Everything. That's why he's a supreme, absolute truth. All so-called contradictions are in him, coming from him. And he is still the supreme truth. That part people have to understand and still make progress. Continue with your bhakti and make progress. That's the whole idea. In this connection, we may mention an incident that took place between two of our sannyasis while we were preaching the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in Hyderabad. One of them stated that Hare Ram refers to Sri Balram, and the other protested that Hare Ram means Lord Ram. Ultimately, the controversy came to me, Prabhupada is saying, and I gave the decision that if someone says that the Ram in Hare Ram is Lord Ramchandra, and someone else says that Ram in Hare Ram is Sri Balram, both are correct. Because there is no difference between Sri Balram and Lord Ram. It's as simple as that. There's no need to fight for this. Here in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we find that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has stated the same conclusion. Jai Jai Rupe Jane Sai Taha Kahe Sakala Sambhave Krishna Kichu Mithya Nahi. If someone calls Lord Ramchandra by the vibration Hare Ram, understanding it to mean Lord Ramchandra, he is quite right. Similarly, if one says that Hare Ram means Oh Shri Balram, he is also right. Those who are aware of the Vishnu Tattva do not fight over all these details. And not just this, Balram or Lord Ram, Prabhupada said, Ram means, also can it mean Parshuram? Or Ram can mean Nityananda Ram. And ultimately, for those who are devotees of Radha Krishna, Ram means Radhika Raman. He is also Ram. So there is no need to fight. In whichever mood we are performing, or we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are performing devotion service, the Lord will reciprocate with us in that mood only. And there's nothing lacking, nothing wrong with that. Just like father of Jiva Goswami was Anupam Goswami. He was younger brother of Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. Now Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, devotees, Pakka devotees of Radha Krishna, and obviously they were followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they would ask Anupam Goswami to chant the holy names of Krishna. And one day when Sanatan Goswami was still in the jail and Rupa and Anupam, Rupa had left his job and they both went to Vrindavan. And Rupa Goswami asked him to chant the names of Krishna. And Anupam Goswami said, okay, I'll try tonight and tomorrow morning we'll talk. The next morning when they got him, Anupam said, crying, he told Rupa, I cannot chant the names of Krishna. I'm devoted to Lord Ram. And whenever I chant Hare Krishna, only Ram comes to my mind. And Rupa Goswami was very happy. Okay. And his son, Jiva Goswami, was an ardent servant of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. And he wrote so many books on Radha Krishna Tattva and other the Tattva of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So there is no need to fight. And that way, actually, we turn away so many people, so many devotees by our fanatic approach. In the Lagu Bhagavatamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami has explained Krishna's being both Kshirodaksha Vishnu and Narayan in the spiritual sky, and expanding in the quadruple forms known as Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He has refuted the idea that Krishna is an incarnation of Narayan. Some devotees think that Narayan is the original personality of Godhead and that Krishna is an incarnation. Even Shankaracharya, in his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, has accepted Narayan as a transcendental personality of Godhead who appeared as Krishna, the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Therefore, this matter may be difficult to understand, but the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, headed by Rupa Goswami, has established the principles of the Bhagavad Gita that everything emanates from Krishna, who says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. I am the original source of everything. Everything includes Narayan. Therefore, Rupa Goswami in his Lagu Bhagavatamrita has established that Krishna, not Narayan, is the original personality of Godhead. In this connection, he has quoted a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that states, So Shanta Rupeshu Itare Saruper Abhyar Dyamaneshwa Anukampitatma Paravareshu Mahad Ansha Yukto Hi Ajo Api Jatu Bhagwan Yathagani. When pure devotees of the Lord like Vasudeva were greatly disturbed by dangerous demons like Kansa, Lord Krishna joins with all his pastime expansion, such as Lord of Vaikuntha, and although unborn, becomes manifest, just as fire becomes manifest by the friction of arani wood. So Krishna joins with all his pastime expansion, such as the Lord of Vaikuntha. He manifests. Although he's unborn, ajo api, but he manifests. Arani wood is used to ignite a sacrificial fire without matches or any other flame. Just as fire appears from Arani wood, the Supreme Lord appears when there is friction between devotees and non-devotees. When Krishna appears, he appears in full, including within himself all his expansion, such as Narayan, Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. Krishna is always integrated with his other incarnations like Nrsimhadev, Varaha, Vama, Narnarayan, Hagriva, and Ajita. In Vrindavan, Lord Krishna sometimes exhibits the functions of such incarnations, especially when he kills the asuras. Krishna doesn't kill Vishnu in him. He comes and he kills the asuras. In the Brahman Purana, it is said the same personality of Godhead who is known in Vaikuntha as a four-handed Narayan, the friend of all living entities, and in the milk ocean as the Lord of Shvetadweep, and who is the best of all Purushas, appeared as the son of Nanda. In a fire, there are many sparks of different dimensions. Some of them are very big and some are small. The small sparks are compared to the living entities and the large sparks are compared to the Vishnu expansions of Lord Krishna. All the incarnations emanate from Krishna, and after the end of the pastimes, they again merge with Krishna. But now if we, Prabhupada, although he mentioned Shankaracharya, but about Lord Narayan being the supreme and Krishna coming from him, even Sri Vaishnava, they also follow that. So Ramanujacharya, we cannot say he gave the wrong philosophy, but this is what he understood. So there is no fight. Therefore, in the various Puranas, Krishna is described sometimes as Narayan, sometimes as Kshirodaksha Vishnu, sometimes as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and sometimes as Vaikuntanath, the Lord of Vaikuntha. Because Krishna is always full. Mool Sankarshan is in Krishna. And since all incarnations are manifested from Mool Sankarshan, it should be understood that Mool Sankarshan can manifest different incarnations by his supreme will, even in the presence of Krishna. Great sages have therefore glorified the Lord by different names. Thus, when the original person, the source of all incarnations, is sometimes described as an incarnation, there is no discrepancy. It's just we have to understand it properly and take it that way. Okay, I guess I'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, there is a question which suddenly clicks from the context which you have covered today. So, see, Vishwarup mein, Krishna has shown his all forms and he's shown all the gods there, Shivji, Brahmaji, and so on, Agni Dev, Vayu Dev, and everyone. And he said that it's within me. It's all, और not only that, प्रकृति को, वायु को, सबको कहा कि ये मैं हूँ, ये भी मैं हूँ, ये भी मैं हूँ, सब कुछ मैं हूँ. So then why there is a fight, you know, of saying, you know, अगर शिव जी इन्हीं के पार्ट है, इन्हीं के अंश हैं, तो फिर क्यों डिस्टिंग्विश करते हैं कि यू नो ये सारे सर्वेंट हैं और यू नो लाइक देयर वाज अ वीडियो ऑन यूट्यूब वर्सेस कि लक्ष्मी की पूजा क्यों करते हैं. So like can't we have a harmony, can't we have a sympathy to say that, you know, because आपने बताया था भगवद गीता में, it's also mentioned somewhere कि अगर आप किसी भी देवता की पूजा करते हो तो then it goes to Krishna anyways, वो आ ही रहा है उनके पास, उनको ही समर्पित हो रहा है, because it's just one Lord Krishna. So क्यों इतना सारा differences है और कई कई तरह के वीडियोस आते रहते हैं इसके ऊपर.
Well, आपके बड़े सारे क्वेश्चन आ गए. एक क्वेश्चन ये है, when he shows in Virat Roop, everybody is there, but that does not mean everybody is Krishna. Lord Shiva, see, Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, yes, you are correct that when he says you worship anybody, it comes to me, but he says in the next line in that same shloka that they worship me avidhi purvakam, not in a proper way. And then he also says, Yanti Deva Vrita Deva, those who worship demigod go to their planets after leaving the body. Those who worship Bhuta Preta, they go to their planets. Those who worship me, they come to me. So there is a difference.
What to say, Prabhuji? Recently, Ramabhadracharya also got angry.
Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, no? There's
He said,
similarity and difference at the same time.
Yeah. तो अब है तो है, क्या कर सकते हैं, तो वो मानना पड़ेगा. तो
But as Prabhupada
but
writing,
you know, sometimes it takes time.
Those who have knowledge, they should not fight. That's the whole thing. Fighting kyun karna? Why fight? I mean, those who are Vaishnava, they also worship Lord Shiva, but they don't treat Lord Shiva as a demigod. They worship him as a Vaishnava, as a Param Vaishnava. Nothing wrong in worshipping him as Param Vaishnava, and he is a Param Vaishnava.
Of course, yeah, he's the biggest.
Yeah, so worship him in that mood. There's nothing wrong. All the demigods, they are Vaishnav, they are devotees of Krishna. The problem is on our end, that we don't want to worship them in that way. And that's where
Prabhuji, if somebody asks me ना, मतलब questions तो आते हैं इस तरह के कि ऐसा क्यों इस तरह. So then what I give the best example is that सूर्य की रोशनी, जैसे sun is an object, right? वहां से किरणें निकलती हैं and it is and there is an impact. तब आपको दिखता है कि हाँ उजाला हो गया या it's like a sunrise, तो ऐसी चीज. बट ऑब्जेक्ट तो एक ही है. तो मैं उससे रिलेट कर देता हूँ प्रभु जी कि कृष्णा इज देयर, इट्स एन ऑब्जेक्ट. तो वहां उनसे सब निकल रहे हैं. इट्स नॉट अदर वे अराउंड कि सब वही है, सब बराबर है.
हाँ वही है, सब बराबर नहीं है. That's all we have to understand.
ओके
प्रभु जी, जब हम लोग इस जैसे जब से क्लासेस ज्वाइन किया है, पढ़ रहे हैं, समझ रहे हैं, तब तो समझ में आ रही है, हमको भी समझ में आ रही है कि ये मतलब एक नहीं है, अलग अलग है, इनकी अपनी अपनी पोजीशन है. बट बिफोर दैट प्रभु जी सारे ही भगवान थे हमारे लिए भी.
हाँ,
है ना,
क्योंकि नॉलेज नहीं थी ना.
तो तब रूट कॉजेस नॉलेज नहीं है, इसीलिए लड़ाइयाँ झगड़े भी हो रहे हैं, और इसीलिए गुस्सा भी आ जाता है, और इसीलिए सब कुछ हो रहा है. है ना.
अगर that's as I said ना, अगर proper knowledge है, we'll go to Durga Ji's temple also, but properly in proper mode, worship her. We can go to Ganesh Ji temple also. But not asking for different benedictions from material benediction. वो
प्रभु जी जो मर्जी कर लो, ये मटेरियल बेनिडिक्शन तो पता नहीं, मेरे साथ तो सबसे पहले वही होती हैं खड़ी, उसके बाद कुछ और समझ में आती है.
प्रभु जी मैंने तो एक ऐसा लॉजिक दिया अपनी सिस्टर को. शी इज नाउ लड्डू गोपाल घर में आ गए उनके. तो शी वाज अ बिग टाइम भैरव लक्ष्मी माता के बहुत प्रे करती थी उनको. तो मैंने बोला कि आप पत्नी को करती हो तो पति को तो कर लो, नारायण जी की कर लो, और लड्डू गोपाल कौन से डिफरेंट है, कृष्णा इज देयर. एंड सड पूरा चेंज हो गया प्रभु जी पैटर्न. मतलब कोई भी अभी कल ना उस माय नेफ्यू उसके नीस के सीबीएसई के रिजल्ट्स आउट हुए एंड शी लाइक बहुत अच्छा उसने स्कोर किया. तो उसमें भी बोले लड्डू गोपाल आ गए ना, लड्डू गोपाल ने सारा करा दिया. सब भाव आ गया उसके अंदर.
अब वो तो भगवान भी कहते हैं ना, चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम जना शक्ति. So they're all pious people, even if they come to me for some material benediction, that's okay. But it's not the best thing. That's okay.
देव में प्रभु लिखा है ना विष्णु सहस्त्रनाम में, आकाशात पतितम तोयम यथा गच्छति सागरम सर्वदेव नमस्कारम केशवम प्रति गच्छति.
इसका मतलब ही तो बताइए.
मतलब जैसे आकाशात पतितम तोयम, मतलब जो भी कुछ भी अगर होता है तो वो सब कुछ सारा जो प्रणाम है वो केशव को ही जाता है. मोटा मोटी प्रभु जी यही समझ आया मुझे.
भगवान ये नहीं कहते ना गीता में.
जी
भाई वो भी
तो
ठीक है ना.
दो एग्जांपल,
जिसकी जैसी भावना उसको फल मिलेगा. जैसे पूजा करे, सिंपल है.
बिल्कुल.
प्रभु जी वो पेड़ वाला एग्जांपल ना, वो जड़ में जल डालते हैं तो सारे उसके जितने भी अंश हैं, वो तना हो या पत्तियां हो,
हर जगह पहुंच जाएगा.
दैट इज द थिंग, पहुंच जाता है.
कोई नहीं, हल्के हल्के लगे रहेंगे तो हो जाएगा.
अच्छा एक चीज और प्रभु जी, बिफोर लाइक वी लीव, आई एम जस्ट सीइंग कृष्णा एवरीवेयर. मतलब मैं मॉर्निंग में आई वाज ड्रॉपिंग माय किड्स, आई सॉ इन अ कार्ट देयर वर सो मेनी राधा कृष्णा. उनकी मूर्तियां जो है वो कार्ट पे थी और एक कोई वो ले जा रहा था. आई थिंक ही वाज टेक मूर्ति वाला होगा, कोई मूर्तिकार होगा, बट समहाउ आई एम सीइंग इट. कहीं जैसे जा रहा हूँ तो एक राधे कृष्ण का एक फोटो कहीं ऐसे दिख जाता है, तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है. मैंने कहा कन्हैया आपने सुबह सुबह दर्शन दे दिए ऐसे. I saw some
That's
beautiful
good.
idols today.
That's
Yeah.
that's very nice. Yeah. Chalo, I guess we can stop here. You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
थैंक यू
Hare
प्रभु जी.
Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण.